I told the players that right after the game, and I think they have a lot of respect for this team. Be pretty difficult not to respect this team based on their body of work and what they've accomplished this season.
Alabama fans are still talking about the last-minute miracle down in Death Valley.
Yeah, it's all over the place today. No doubt fans are still recovering from the Tide's close victory on Saturday. And with such a close game, fans are still celebrating that victory. WVUA hit the streets today to hear fans' reactions on the big win for the Tide.
We pulled it off. Didn't think we were going to pull it off, but we did. I loved it. It was a great game.
It was a fantastic game. I'm not sure the team that played the best won. The drive, though, was something that we'll remember forever. But I think probably more important than the drive was the stop that allowed the drive.
If you missed the action, don't worry. You have another chance to see it. Make sure you tune in to WVUA TV Wednesday night for the Roll Tide replay. You can see the Bama LSU game in its entirety. Again, that starts at 7 o'clock right here on WVUA, Alabama's home team.
Well, cheering for your team is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing for your voice.
A lot of people with that scratchy sound today. With all the excitement on Saturday, lots of people are finding themselves a little hoarse. And doctors say it's something that's actually pretty common, especially this time of year when the air gets cool and dry. Experts say it's triggered by excessive vibration of the vocal cords, and overuse can come from a virus, singing, and yes, of course, screaming for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Health experts say there are some things you can do to help keep your pipes, to get your pipes back in shape.
We always want to discuss proper voice use and mechanics with the voice. We always also discuss keeping the body hydrated, avoiding excessive use of alcohol or caffeine that can dehydrate the body, and then also using a humidifier can help.
Blake added, when you start to notice a change in your voice, that's when you should start being extra cautious. On your election watch tonight, the race for the White House. The heat is on and time running out for the candidates to make their case before the voters.
President Obama and Republican candidate Mitt Romney are making their final appeals to voters before they head to the polls. George Howell is in Chicago with the latest.
The president began the final day of the campaign in a big way with Bruce Springsteen in Wisconsin. His voice hoarse from the relentless campaigning. The president vowed to fight back against what he called the status quo in Washington.
And over the last 4 years, that status quo has fought us every step of the way. They spent millions trying to stop us from reforming the healthcare system. Spent millions trying to prevent us from reforming Wall Street.
Springsteen is along for the ride with the president all day, with stops in Ohio and Iowa later. Mitt Romney meets up with Kid Rock later tonight. This morning, the candidate pitched his own message of change at his first stop of the day, Florida.
One day away from the first day of a new beginning, my conviction is that better days are ahead. And it's not based on promises or rhetoric, but it's based on solid plans.
Romney's other stops include Virginia and Ohio before ending the day in New Hampshire. The breakneck pace of this final day highlights the razor-thin margins in the presidential race. A USA Today Gallup poll of voters in 12 key battleground states shows President Obama and Mitt Romney both tied at 48%. So it comes down to a handful of these key battleground states that will decide who leads here in the next 4 years. But look, in the next 24 hours, you can bet these candidates, and if not them, key members of their campaigns will be in each of these states. In Chicago, I'm George Howell reporting.
Polls in Alabama will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Alabama voters will also be deciding on 11 statewide amendments.
Here's a look at what you'll find. I'm going to run these down for you. Amendment 1 is a vote on continuing the Forever Wild Land Trust. Amendment 2 would allow the state to refinance some existing bonds to save the state money it could redirect to economic development. Amendment 3 proposes a Stockton landmark district in Baldwin County. Amendment 4 changes racist language in the Constitution relating to separation of schools by race. Amendment 5 would transfer the assets of the City of Pritchard's Water and Sewer Board to the City of Mobile. Amendment 6 is a statement of whether Alabamians should be compelled to take part in a health care system. 7 is about labor unions and voting by secret ballot. Amendment 8 changes the way state legislators are compensated. and ties their salary to the median income in the state. Amendment 9 and 10 are about the process to clean up constitutions and make them more consistent with how the world operates today. Amendment 11 would prohibit any municipality located entirely outside of Lawrence County imposing taxes or zoning regulations within the county. And you will want to join Alabama's home team on election night. We have a big night planned for you. First of all, special coverage kicks off with WVUA first at 4, and we don't stop all night long, especially at 9:30 p.m. You'll want to be with us for extended election coverage and results all evening long on WVUATV.com.
Coming up next in home team weather, lots and lots of rain starting to spread in from the west, and much needed rain going to fall across the area tonight. Nothing too terribly heavy, but something we certainly need. How long is the rain going to stick around? And how about your election day forecast? Weather's after the break. Stick around.
Plus, you have the chance to help babies fighting for their lives just by opening your heart and your wallet. We'll show you how coming up. And Gary Harris will take a look back at Saturday night's memorable comeback by Alabama against LSU at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. That's ahead in Alabama's Home Team Sports.